Hello friends, in our first two videos we have seen introduction about phenols followed by nomenclature and classification, and then in my second video I have explained general methods of preparation of phenols. Now I come up with chemical reactions of phenol. We can divide the chemical reactions of phenol in three classes. We know in the structure of phenol there is a benzene ring and OH group is directly attached to that benzene ring. Phenol is nothing but hydroxybenzene. Hence, the chemical reactions of phenols can be divided in these three categories. There are some reactions which are taking place only on hydroxyl group which is present on the benzene ring. Then, secondly, some reactions can be taking place only on benzene ring, and there are some special reactions of phenols. We will start with reactions of the OH group. So, first one is acidic nature or formation of salt. Phenols are weakly acidic in nature. It can turn blue litmus to red. That proves the acidic nature of phenol. Simultaneously, when we react phenol with base like sodium hydroxide or sodium metal, that produce a salt, that is sodium phenoxide. So phenol when treated with sodium hydroxide, that gives sodium phenoxide and water. This also proves the acidic nature of phenol, and when it is treated with sodium metal, that again gives sodium phenoxide along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Both these reactions proves the acidic nature of phenol. Then second reaction, which again involve hydroxyl group, is formation of ester. It is also called as acylation reaction. When phenols are treated with acid chlorides or acid anhydrides in presence of aqueous alkali like pyridine, that will give phenyl esters by this acylation reaction. Here, when phenol is treated with sodium carbonate, first it gives sodium phenoxide. Then this sodium phenoxide is treated with acid chloride, for example acetyl chloride. So this negatively charged oxygen will attack on this positively charged carbonyl carbon, and the product, this benzene ring O and this COCH3, that is phenyl acetate, is obtained along with the liberation of this sodium chloride. In this way, esters can be obtained from phenol by acylation type of reaction. This acyl group, acyl is the common name, here it is acetyl group, RCO, that means acyl group. So that acyl group is attaching on that phenoxide to produce this phenyl acetate, that is aromatic esters. Instead of acid chloride, when that sodium phenoxide which is obtained in first step by the reaction between phenol and sodium carbonate, that sodium phenoxide if treated with acetic anhydride, here also negatively charged oxygen will attack on any one of these positively charged carbon and will get benzene ring OCOCH3, that is the same product phenyl acetate, only byproduct will be changed. So in that case we'll get CH3COO this will be the byproduct. In this way phenyl acetate can be obtained by acylation reaction of phenol. Then third is benzoylation reaction. It is similar to that of acylation reaction, only in place of acyl group here we are adding benzoyl group. that is C6H5CO group to this phenol. So when phenol is treated with benzoyl chloride, which contain that benzoyl group in presence of sodium hydroxide, so here also this O minus, that is phenoxide ion, that will attack on this carbonyl carbon, and we will get C6H5O CO C6H5, that is phenyl benzoate, along with the liberation of byproduct HCl. This reaction is known as Schotten-Baumann reaction. Next reaction of the OH group, number 4, is alkylation reaction. In alkylation reaction, products will be aromatic ethers. So when phenols are treated with alkyl halides in presence of sodium hydroxide, that will give us phenyl ethers. Instead of alkyl halides, phenols can also be treated with DMS, that is dimethyl sulfate, in presence of base sodium hydroxide, that also gives us phenyl ethers. So for explaining the reaction of dimethyl sulfate, here that structure is explained. This is the actual structure of sulfuric acid. We generally denote it as H2SO4. But how the bonding is actually in the structure of H2SO4? So it is HOSO3H. When these two hydrogens are replaced by methyl group, so that will form the structure of dimethyl sulfate, that is DMS. So phenol, when treated with sodium hydroxide, first it will use that sodium phenoxide. Then that sodium phenoxide is treated with alkyl halide like ethyl iodide. Negatively charged oxygen of phenoxide ion will attack on this positively charged carbon, that is CH2, which is attached to iodine, and it will form this C6H5O CH2CH3. So you can see here that product C6H5O CH2CH3. It is ethoxybenzene, or it is phenitol, along with the byproduct sodium iodide. Same, instead of alkyl halide, we can use dimethyl sulfate. In short, it can be represented as CH3 by 2SO4, or this is the actual structure what we seen on the last slide. So in short, that can be written as CH3O SO2O CH3, CH3O SO2O CH3. So sodium phenoxide is obtained by the same reaction, that is phenol treated with sodium hydroxide. In the second step, this sodium phenoxide treated with this dimethyl sulfate. So this negatively charged oxygen attack on this particular carbon and will get OCH3, that is anisole, C6H5O CH3. And the positively charged sodium goes here with this negatively charged oxygen, and you will get NaO SO2O CH3 as a byproduct. This is main product anisole. So in this way, that aromatic ethers can be formed from phenol by alkylation reaction. Then last reaction of this OH group, that is reaction with zinc dust. Phenol on distillation with zinc dust, that OH group get reduced, and from that we will get benzene, but it will produce the low yield of benzene. Then the second type of reactions of phenol, which involve benzene ring. We know when hydroxyl group is attached to the benzene ring, hydroxyl group acts as an electron donating group. So it will activate the benzene ring towards electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction, and it is orthopara director. This we have already studied in the benzene unit. When hydroxyl group, that is electron donating group, is attached to the aromatic ring, that acts as an activator and orthopara director towards this electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. Hence, phenol thus gives a mixture of ortho and para products on substitution reaction. It is a powerful activator. Unless precautions are taken, polysubstitution generally takes place. So first reaction involving benzene ring is halogenation reaction. When phenol reacts with bromine water, bromine in presence of water, that is bromine water, that will give us ortho para substituted. So all the positions get substituted, we can say poly substituted. So that will give us 2,4,6 tribromophenol. So here, as phenol is an activated form of that benzene ring, it does not require any catalyst. In case of benzene, for halogenation reaction, it requires a catalyst like Lewis acid, AlBr3 or AlCl3 or FeCl3 or FeBr3. But as phenol, as it acts as a activating group, this OH group activates the benzene ring of phenol. So it does not require catalyst, it directly reacts with bromine water and it produces 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Chlorine also reacts in the same way. If reaction is carried out in CS2 or CCl4, that is non-polar solvent, mixture of ortho and para-bromophenol is obtained. If the same halogenation reaction we want to limit it at mono substitution, so use of this carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride is done and we get a mixture of ortho and para-bromophenol. Thus reaction can be limited to mono halogenation. Nitration, when phenol reacts with dilute nitric acid, that will give us mixture of orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. So here it is mono substitution with dilute nitric acid. But when it is treated with concentrated nitric acid, that will give us poly substituted, that is 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, which is also called as picric acid. Sulfonation reaction of phenol. When phenol reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid at room temperature, that will give us orthophenol sulfonic acid, and at 100 degrees Celsius that will give us paraphenol sulfonic acid. So that reaction is shown at room temperature, it will produce orthophenol sulfonic acid, and at 100 degrees Celsius it gives paraphenol sulfonic acid. Some of the special reactions of phenol. Rimmer-Tiemann reaction. So when it reacts with chloroform followed by acid hydrolysis, it produces salicylaldehyde. And if CCl4 is used in place of chloroform, salicylic acid is formed. So here it is reaction, phenol treated with chloroform, so that will give us this salicylaldehyde, and finally this acidification of that particular part will produce salicylaldehyde. This is Rimmer-Tiemann reaction. In Kolbe reaction, sodium salt of phenol treated with this carbon dioxide at 125 degrees Celsius and 6 atmospheric pressure, so that will give us sodium salicylate. On further treatment, that sodium salicylate with HCl, it gives salicylic acid. This is the mechanism how that Kolbe reaction is taking place. So that phenoxide ion in this way attack on this carbon dioxide, so this intermediate is generated, then that will give us this COO minus, and final on acidification that will give us salicylic acid. Fries rearrangement reaction. When phenol is treated with acetic anhydride in presence of aqueous NaOH, phenyl acetate is formed, which on treatment with AlCl3 gives that rearranged product. So this phenol on this acylation reaction gives OCOCH3. We have already seen that reaction. Phenyl acetate, which treatment with AlCl3 gives orthohydroxyacetophenol and para-hydroxyacetophenol. Gattermann reaction, when phenol is treated with HCl in presence of HCl and AlCl3, that gives us salicylaldehyde. So phenol treated with HCl in presence of HCl and AlCl3, that will give us salicylaldehyde. So these are the reactions of phenol. Thank you.